Alright folks, another quick update on the dwarf pepper growing project. We have jalapeno here at 7 inches or so, and we have hot lemon zest standing around 6 inches. Both of these peppers are now starting to open up their buds. I picked one off of the hot lemon zest before, so here's another one that's developing. And here is jalapeno, and you can see this has some open flowers on it at 7 weeks. It's pretty exciting. Also really excited because the primatales are starting to get their flower buds coming in. So that means in about a week or so that these are going to start blooming, and I'm going to be able to cross-pollinate. So here's the chocolate primatales. You can see the buds are starting to come in here, and there's one over there. There's a bunch of different ones. Wherever the light can access on the apical buds, that's where they're coming in. I'll make a future video on how I'm going to maintain the height on these bad boys. Basically, in a nutshell, you know, once it blooms here and it sets some fruits, I cut everything that grows above that. Once that first flush of fruit is done, then I'll clear out the rest of the foliage and let it basically grow up again from the base. That's pretty much the best way I can think of maintaining the height on these to fit inside of the AeroGardens. And you might be wondering again why I have only one of these and then one of these, but then I have multiple of the primatales. That's because I want to make sure that the peppers are actually what they say they are. I bought them from a pretty trusted source, but again, people get mushroomed all the time. I want to make sure that these are the same peppers that I am going to be selling the seeds for. So I'm going to let a few grow out and just make sure that the phenotypes match. My main concern was for golden primatale because, again, this is just a pretty much unheard of phenotype for primatale. It's open pollinated, so there's a lot of different ways that this pepper could possibly go. Also, if it is a new phenotype, maybe it's not entirely stable. If I'm getting different colors out of this, at least you'll see the buyer beware there. So in the process of bending over Blood Ghost here, the stem actually split, but it doesn't really seem to be affecting the vigor or health of the plant. And you can see some buds setting here. Also, just look at the foliage on this. I mean, it's so dark, it blends in with the black background of this hydroponic unit. Absolutely gorgeous plant. Can't wait to distribute the seeds for these. Now, this is the fried chicken, and you can see the leaves are really nice and dark green. Again, I had some issues with this plant when I first was growing it because, I don't know, man, it just needed more nutrients than all the other plants I was growing. The foliage is really light. It kind of had a blistered look to it. There's an example of one of the bottom leaves there. But now it's nice and healthy and happy. It just needs a much higher EC, more towards that 3.5 than the 2.5.